Greetings, genetic tinkerers. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld, the first Wendigo, episode 168, Better Servants. At this point, most of the non-hybrid breeding is not going to yield a lot of good results unless I get really lucky. So there's a chance that like a Dartmole cross Edekin or Dartmole cross Neanderthal or something like that could actually be beneficial, but because I've made enough progress, it mostly requires like a second or third generation specimen to breed for a good result. All right, Lo. I want you down here. I need my doctors doing doctor stuff. Do we still have Bread's skull? We do. It is here. Wow, it's the first one I clicked on too. Talk about perfect recall. It was luck. I had a 25% chance of that happening. All right, so here's another one. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a negative. Where is my doctor? They're coming in. Papa gets to be next to the throne. Yeah, I mean, how else to clean your boots when you want to sit on the throne? You need something to scrape the poo off your shoe. 1, 2, 3. Okay, super bad. Those were awful attempts. I don't think I have any more. Yeah, I don't have any more shell bell sperm. I kind of used it all up. I highly doubt these mixes are going to play out. They're just Dartmole cross waster. They're the best possible case would be a 4. And that's not something that I'm even likely to keep, but I'll attempt. One, 2. That was about as sexy as I thought it would be. -1, -2, -3, -4. Wow. All right, I'm not even going to calculate the good genes there. That was so chock full of bad genes, I should just find the closest toilet and flush. Ugh. Alright, now I'm trying some Dartmole pigskin crosses. There's a chance for a 5 with Dartmole pigskin if they inherit all the Dartmole and all the pigskin, and I'm super lucky. And it would be one I would want to keep if that was the case. So 1, 2, because it would be a new... Likely it would be a new line, especially if it was the new Dartmole's sperm, the Sleviel's sperm, because he's not represented at all. 1, 2, 3. So I'll try to have him represent, because I use the other male Dartmole's sperm already a lot, so. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4. Closer. It has slow runner, pig voice, and pig nose, so wasn't that close, but it was closer. 4 out of 5, good. One, 2, 3, with 2 negatives. Lo is probably going to lose her mind with the amount of work I'm putting her through right now. She's like, I want to go to sleep. I know. 1, 2, 3, 4, but with 2 negatives. Also, what I find really interesting is, and this was just by chance, the genetic happiness that Wendy puts out helps anyone working in the prison. My own colonists. It won't help the prisoners. 1, 2. And I can't take another sperm from you for a while, so I'll try a tremonate here. Just to finish up the eggs. Because that will cover all the eggs except for Rena's egg. Plum tremonate. 1, 2, 3. Alright. Well, that's that. What male in the colony could mix with Rena? That is a good question. So Chimic, no point, because Chimic and Banish and Guero are all Dortmol mixes of sorts. Banish would be probably the best of the three, because he's the least Dirtmol. Phiup is an Edekin, but only has fur skin to contribute and robust. That's not terrible. See if we can do better. So that's 2 contributions from Phiup. It would be 2 contributions from Jack. It would be 2 contributions from Lilin, 2 from Lo. So it really doesn't matter. I'll try, who has the least kids? Phiup has 1 kid. Jack has none. So Jack, you'll do it. And someone's trying to hunt Mass. That's hilarious. Where are you? You do realize Mass is gonna shred you to nothing, right? It's actually quite warm on the map tile. I mentioned that because it's this temperature that I can call in trade caravans and get human raiders or non-mechanoid raiders. I think I'm overdue for a trade caravan though, aren't I? No, maybe not. Another one. Unfortunately, Wendy's asleep and Bryzit's away, so like I don't really have anyone that can do the trade with the Imperials at the moment. I'll have to wait. Yeah, Mass is mostly just... most of my Wendigo are just, like... or subjects are part Hussar at this point. They're genetically engineered to murder. So the Jack Rena, 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, not keeping it. A lot of the moods that we've been having is just a result of me killing off some colonists. Whoa, how many times do they get shot? Hang on, Noisy Boy, I gotta check this corpse. Oh, okay, no, it's Burns. Okay. You're covered in fire foam, that's why you look weird. I thought those were bullet holes. And they ended up, like, Swiss cheese Edekin. Was briefly impressed. Finally, Bryzik gets to his first destination point. So we're mostly looking for side trainers that I don't have, or weapons, or, you know, I'm not going to be able to afford a weapon because I just don't have the silver for it. I'm curious what this new samurai is. Fast mover neural cooling? Man, that's a really good one. That's too bad, because fast mover's pretty meta. Yeah, there's no banks here or anything. There's just cat ears with strong immunity, which is pretty boring. There is an archite capsule, but like, part of me feels like I'm not gonna buy that because they're more common than rare archite genes, and I'm gonna want to collect the rare archite genes, I think. So, more travel ahead. Actually, one thing I wanted to see if there was like a horse that would allow me to move around a little faster. I could spend on a shuttle, yeah. That wouldn't be with silver, that's with honor. And it has a cooldown and everything. So I'll do that if he's in trouble, but I'm not going to use that early. Some more of the shell-bell cross Neanderthal. Come on, Lo, you could do it. I'm really hopeful that we get a really good result of shell-bell cross Neanderthal one of these days. Not this one, though. 1, 2, 3 with 2 negatives. That's pretty terrible. Pretty terrible indeed. But we have another chance now. Do it again. Fletcher shell out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with a negative. Not super cool. I find it odd that there's not a lot of rice in this. Yeah, I'll put a stack of rice here. There's not a lot of rice in the hoppers here for whatever reason. I'll have to be careful because if hey bud, there is a case where like there's less than enough meat stacks in both hoppers to make a full meal. And then you end up in a situation where they have technically meat in the hoppers. No more meat can be hauled to the hoppers, but they can't eat anything, which would be bad. Can baby food be put in the hoppers? So the hopper's a little weird, where technically you can haul things to the hopper and have the hopper draw from whatever you haul, but baby food is not one of the default items. But like, hypothetically, you could caravan a corpse onto the hopper and stick the corpse into the hopper manually. It's a ton of manual labor. And then have like the hopper even draw from like a corpse or whatever. You could even have a hopper filled with other nutrient paste meals for like a nutrient paste inception hoppers or whatever other, anything with nutritional value as far as I know. Maybe not everything, but like a lot of things that have nutritional value can be shoved into hoppers, even if it doesn't make sense. But the reason I mention that is baby food can't go in there, but you can manually stick it in there. Just requires a whole bunch of caravanning, which sucks. Oh, wait. Yeah, I never ended up hauling that. I gotta fix that. Lillian, you'll fix that. So it was this one that I liked, the Lenka Slibial or whatever. The game was obviously not designed for the egg hauling that I do. It doesn't handle it very well. Why can't I haul this in? Well, that's a waste of a mode. I'll just let time elapse and worry about it in a minute. For whatever reason, this egg is, I'm not allowed to put in there. Can you imagine if you could just dump bodies in there, how much easier it would be? Yeah, it would be a lot easier. Absolutely. Which is probably why you can't do it, for, like, game balance reasons. That's more or less the drawback to, you know, to the nutrient paste dispensers, is the restriction about what can and cannot go in them. Because unlike normal foods where you could just eat ambrosia for nutrition, or beer, or whatever, the nutrient paste dispensers don't allow that wide of a selection. To probably protect from, like, exploits and weird feedback loops and stuff like that. Was the egg already in queue? Well, it can't be in queue if the door's forbidden, right? So I'm not really sure why I can't haul it there, but I'm just waiting, letting the time elapse a whole bunch, so that whatever the reason it's not being able to be hauled, it gets resolved just through the passage of time. Let time sort it out. That would be an interesting challenge. Live off drugs for nutrition. Yeah. Huh. I mean, I think it's probably doable if you have a nuclear stomach and like a -5 or a +5 metabolic efficiency, because then you're eating, what is that, like an eighth as much or something, and then you won't become totally dead by the amount of drugs that you would have to eat. Obviously ambrosia would be your bread and butter, Rebrosion beer, and it's pretty much just ambrosia and beer diet, more or less. So I'd have to run the math of like how often you'd have to consume ambrosia and beer to stay alive. Maybe it's not even possible without mods, though. But no, leaves wouldn't be able to be put in the hoppers. Plus, it's not a drug until it gets processed. But like rope, that's it. But the raw psychoid, if you're allowed to eat raw psychoid, then that would be a lot easier, I suppose. What message did I just get hit with? Oh, the make gestation processor? Oh, yeah. The implants for low. I queued them up so long ago I forgot about them. So now mass, low, and Bryzit all have the same amount of mech gestation processors, so they can gestate and they can resurrect, gestate, and gestate mechs all at the same speed. Wendy doesn't, so the next 6 will go to Wendy. She's been passing on that because she just stopped bothering to control robots. It was beneath her. Well, I gotta say, Bryce, it is not moving quick. I can call for a steel drop. If I need to pay a little bit more for the for whatever I want to buy, I could just have them steel drop it. Although I do wish he had some sort of beast of burden to ride on, because he's so slow out there. So these colonists in here are nearly ready to be exited. Normally I leave them in until they hit 18, because they don't have any penalties once they hit 18. In terms of move speed, combat speed, stuff like that. But I'm just quickly checking if any of them can't be colonists. No, they all can be colonists. So I think the only one that can't be a colonist is crabs. Yeah. So all the others can be colonists. We will eventually have to decide what to do with them on a case-by-case basis. Whether they go in the prison, whether they go in the crypto sleep caskets, whether they, you know, whatever, wherever they go. Ryza, are you trying to move? I think it's because a mix of permawinter, the fact that it is a tundra, no rideable animals. Yeah, it's really hurting the caravan speed a lot. Once I hit this road, it will get a lot better though. So Wendy can be woken up in about 15 hours. And then I can continue to abduct people. Attempting to abduct dirt moles or another impid. Oh. So I have that one Edekin is about to age out. They are 49 and a half. As soon as they hit 50, it's organ murder time. While I wait on trade, is there anything else that you guys want me to do? Here's that priority. So things that I could do while I wait on trade could be continue pillaging ancient dangers, or reassessing xenogerms for the colonists, or looting ancient complexes. Those all are pretty easily juggleable. Soon Wendy will be up and she'll be able to capture additional prisoners, but without Wendy, that's a much harder task, because it kind of requires someone to be able to skip the enemies and go invisible. So there's some... So that isn't all that well suited for my current cast of combatants. So what do you vote on that? One should be up any minute. I'm just continuing to roof up and add paved pathing around the base, just so it's easier to react to raiders and the like. No trash to provoke an Edekin raid? Well, there's really no guarantee that if I pollute an Edekin settlement that they'll actually raid me. They could raid me, or they could just send a lot more pollution back at me, which would be kind of a net negative. Which is why I don't usually try to provoke their raids with trash, because it's, you know, it's just as likely that it backfires on me, I suppose. And that's not fun. The Edekin are not tribal. They're full-fledged pirates. So the Toxblighters, the Edekin, are full-fledged pirates, and then the Impids, Neanderthals, are tribal, and then the Pigskins are also rough unions, so they're high-tech. So the Impids and the Neanderthals that are really low-tech. Neanderthals are usually zug-zug, they try to club, and then the Impids tend to have bows. Because the Impids have horrible modifiers to the melee damage, which is why you never see them prefer melee, because they have the weak melee damage. And then the Neanderthals have slow runner and strong melee damage and robust, so they tend to prefer, and reduce pain, so they tend to prefer melee weapons. One more minute to vote on this, but it looks like reassessing the Xenogerms of Colonists seems to be the popular choice, although not a lot of votes cast so far, so still plenty of time to change the course of that poll. I can wait. I'm going to wait until I hit 100, though. Not doing it early. We don't need no soil anymore, right? Natural tile isn't required. Let's just pave paradise and put up a parking lot. All right, reassess the Colonist Xenogerms. So, let's go with mass. I think I did pretty recently because they have quick study. Pretty much anyone that has quick study I've done recently enough that I don't need to do. So, Lilin, I could add quick study to you. So let's have you cook up your own Xenogerm, I guess. You are not combat. So this is one of the things I need to remember to do. You are a shooter. You're not stuck with nearsightedness. So you could actually be a good shooter, and I can transition you into armor. That's probably not a bad idea, given that my percentage of shooters is going down. I really only have, like, 5 of them, plus Bryzit if he wields a gun. So let's try to have you be a shooter, and I'll put you in proper armor. Which is a significant departure from what you were currently being used for. So, the other thing that I need to check with Lillian, I guess, is probably want to have her keep intellectual, as she's been the one to cook up the Xenogerms anyway. So intellectual shooter is kind of what we're aiming for. I can also have her, like, never sleep if I can afford that. That'd be pretty wicked. Because I don't have a lot of never sleeps. Or I don't have any, because it's a new one. So we'll give you super fast wound healing, super immunity, psych doll, very fast runner, very happy, dead calm, and kind. So those are the sort of standard that everyone more or less takes, if I can afford it. I wouldn't mind robust, reduced pain. And then dark vision, gray eyes. And then we'll also give you the great int. Awful art, awful plants. Poor construction, awful mining, awful animals. Awful cook. Awful craft. Awful social. -9. So I'm going to have to ditch something to be able to pay for this. Because I already have awful plants represented up here. Yep. And I don't want awful shooting. I already have awful social. So yeah, that's... How do we pay for this? We could make you UV sensitive. But then the thing is, like, I'm still not affording never sleep. It doesn't necessarily mean I don't need a never sleep. I think if someone was to be a never sleep, it should be the doctors in the community. Just my 2 cents. Because I think that there is always a need for someone doctoring. Like managing fertilization and eggs and things like that, but like someone doing int, not really necessary. So this is viable here, I guess. And then the argument is, yeah, I could do weak melee damage or something like that. I don't generally like that though. Because if they're ever stuck in melee, they should be able to melee. I don't want them sort of defenseless. I could also make you ugly. I want to give you quick study, but I don't know how to pay for it. Because I already have psychic doll up there, don't I? Yeah. Well, I guess I could do weak melee damage in this one case. Just awful social without the heat tolerant? They're banked together. I can't separate them. Okay, this will do. It's good enough. Rogie. Do I need to do you? No. So you have quick study. Indicates stuff done you recently. Same with MIDI. So Krieg. You're... Nope, you have quick study as well. Jack, what about you? Jack does not have quick study, so I should reassess Jack as well. So let's do that. So Jack, you are just a straight brawler. Nothing else really matters. Which is a lot easier to account for. Where are you? There you are. So you have strong melee damage, robust, reduced pain already. Psychic doll, very fast runner. Robust, reduced pain is already done. Very happy. Quick study. Great melee. Is there anything else in this that would be good for meleeers? Not that I can see. Elongated fingers wouldn't be bad for meleeers, as the increased efficiency helps. He already has reduced pain as a germline. Oh, right, dead calm and kind. And then we'll just give the awfuls. I might, in this case, turn him into a bit of a farmer, too. Because the farmer bots very often... Oops, that's exactly what I didn't want to do. The farmer bots often fall behind their targets. And I think it would be good to have another farmer. So taking a look at this, I'm still way over the metabolic efficiency. So I'm going to drop elongated fingers. What else can I add? Oh, I can make you very ugly. That's fine. I'm at -8. Awful intellectual, -6. So I don't think I have an awful art that is separated from awful plants. So that's something I'm going to want, is an awful art that's a standalone, because right now I can't have someone who's bad at art, good at plants, as they're paired together. So I'm only at -1. What do I give you? You have awful shoot. I'm not sure. Again, too bad I don't have awful social by itself without the heat tolerant. Oh, didn't I have heat weakness? Didn't I buy heat weakness? I thought I did, but I don't see it here. Because that would help out a lot. I'm going to save this template as in progress, and then make sure that I don't have like heat weakness somewhere in here that is not connected to something else. Maybe I'm wrong. Gene pack warm? Is that? No, warm is the other direction. Never mind. I see why. Okay, let's get back to that then. Great for pawn. Check. Oh, is it not letting me? Okay, I have to ditch. It's not letting me do. Okay. This is gonna suck. I have to start over again, I guess. Or maybe then load template? Okay, that works. I just had to do it in reverse order. So where I have Psychic Doll, how do I pay for this? Do I ditch Quick Study? Or do I give you Intense UV? Or Sleepiness? I don't know. I guess I'll have you ditched Quick Study, give you Elongated Fingers, and then have 1 point left over for something. I don't know. Just nothing really all that good out here. No. Give you Cold Tolerant. Or, better yet, give you, well, yeah, Cold Tolerant over Tail. It's close enough. So you're going to be somewhat of a farmer once I'm done. Farming melee. Congrats. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld, the first Wendigo, which originally streamed live on Twitch, May 2nd. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my gaming community, Rhadamant.com also has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Wendigo,